So a couple of skateboarders got together and decided they wanted to build a ramp for this rail. They want their ramp to be or have a grade of 20%. And so what they've quickly done is they've measured the height of the rail to be 30 centimeters. So just with those two measurements, they can figure out how long they have to build this ramp. So what we want to do is we want to first of all take this slope, which has been written as a percentage grade, and what we want to do is we want to convert that into a fraction or a ratio number. So to quickly review, we know that slope equals rise over run. And so if we look at our slope, 20% grade means that our slope is 20 over 100. So basically what I've done is just take the 20%, and we know that 20% is the same as 20 out of 100. And what that is that's rise over run. And we can reduce that to a smaller fraction of 1/5. So a 1/5 slope is the same as a 20 over 100 slope is the same as a 20% grade slope. They're all the same thing. So now that we know what the slope is, what we want to do is calculate the unknown distance from the rail to the end of the ramp. We already know the rise is 30. Now we need to know what this unknown variable is, and that's going to be the run. So we are going to set up our proportion. So we know our slope, 1 over 5, is the same as our rise, which is 30 over our run. And if we just simply cross multiply, we have 1 times the run, which is run equals 5 times 30, and that's 150. So we know our run equals 150 centimeters. So we'll plug that into our diagram. We know our run is now 150 centimeters. So now we are ready to calculate the ramp length, how long this ramp has to be in order to have a 20% grade with a height of 30 centimeters. And the way we're going to calculate this is we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. And if you don't quite remember what that is, it's just simply a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So if we look at our diagram, we can see that we have a nice right triangle here. And we know that in a right triangle, the long side, the opposite of the 90-degree angle, is always going to be the hypotenuse. And so our hypotenuse is our c squared, and then you can choose either one of these sides as being an a squared and a b squared. So in the theory states that this side squared plus this side squared will equal this squared. So looking at our diagram, we've chosen the 30 centimeter side as our a squared, so we have 30 squared plus our b side is 150 centimeters squared will equal c squared, which is our unknown length, which will end up being the ramp length. "30 squared is 900 plus 150 squared is 22,500 will equal c squared. Now we'll just quickly add those up. We get 23,400 equals our c squared. So to get rid of the squared, what we'll do is square root of 23,400 will then equal c. And the calculator states that the answer is 152.97 centimeters equals c. And if we just quickly round that off, 153 centimeters equals our c. So turn back to the diagram. Our c is the length that our ramp needs to be, and this is going to be 153 centimeters. So the skateboarders at the school now know that their ramp that they're going to have to build will have to be 153 centimeters in length.